This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. This is a dynamic effort training session. These guys are doing about 10 or 12 sets of doubles off of a box with bands and with the safety bar. The bands add about 200 pounds of tension at the top, maybe 150. And the bands help to accommodate resistance. They teach your body to produce more force. They teach your body to accelerate. When you have a straight weight on there, you can't move the weight as fast. When you have a band on there, you're going to move the weight much faster. There's Gbuff going. You'll see each guy is going to really open up at the hips the best they can and really going to kind of sit back into it. This is Torta, one of our raw lifters, and he's wearing some gear on this day. I think it's important for raw lifters and athletes out there to wear some sort of gear, at least here and there, to help you handle more weight and to allow you to train safely with heavier weights. Also, just kind of keep you away from some of those nasty little bumps and bruises that you acquire in a training session. He's doing a good job sitting back there, doing a good job forcing the knees out. Pretty hard to do a dynamic effort squat session in a canvas suit, though. I think he probably wanted to wear some briefs, but I think they're too tight or something at this point. AKA, he's too fat. Here's David going. Pretty good form by him. Want to make sure you're really sitting on the box. Here comes Ricky. Ricky, for allowing him to train at Super Training, he was gracious enough to give me a magnet. It was pretty cool. He told me I could keep it. Here's Gbuff hitting up some squats. He's always got good form. Let's watch Torta again here. Does a great job forcing the knees out, but you can see the knees kicking forward. You want to try to pretend that somebody's kind of standing in front of you. There's a wall in front of you. You don't want to hit your knee against that wall. There is some cases where people can externally rotate almost too far, and that may be the issue there with him. He may be externally rotated so hard that the only thing his leg can do on the way up is to kind of internally rotate, if that makes any sense. It may or may not make any sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't, but there are cases of where people have these, they kind of have extreme mobility. They're able to really open up. I think he can just control it better. I think he just has to use his back and his hips more a little bit. Don't be afraid to use your back when you do a squat. You know, everyone's always trying to set the squat just right and just do this and do that. But you want to try to use your back at least a little bit. That's why, you know, guys like Donnie Thompson and Louis Simmons and stuff, they say the first thing that should move off the box is your head, because you're trying to drive your head back into the barbell. It's kind of a weird cue. It's not something that you actually end up doing. It's more of a, like an intent type of deal. But what that's going to do is that's going to teach you to you want to lean into your belt a little bit. Not everyone's going to be able to do that, by the way, but for anybody who's big, anybody who's thick, they should be able to do that. Smaller guys, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to lean on that belt, but you know, watch Eddie Cohn. Eddie Cohn wasn't real big back in the day. At 198, 220, and 242, you know, he hit some of the biggest numbers ever, and he leaned forward quite a bit on his squats. I'm not saying to intentionally lean way over either. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you guys doing a good morning. I just want to point out that it's okay to use your lower back a little bit on these squats. Good strong squat there by Gbuff. Looks like he's got about, it's kind of hard to tell, about 455 on there. Here's T-Bear handling some business. He just shows up here and there and comes in and kills everybody. He's about to get married pretty soon, so I'm sure we'll never see him again after that. Here's Gbuff going again. Again, notice forcing the knees out real well, sitting back really well. And Greg starts his squat a little different than some of the other guys. He doesn't just sit right back into it. He actually initiates at the knee a little bit more, which I think is a better way for some people to squat. Not everyone's going to squat that way, but You got to find your own groove. Got to find what works for you. These guys did a lot of work on this day. I wasn't in on this day, and that's maybe why they're having so much fun and why they're training so much. Because my annoying ass was there. Chris just, you know, for lack of a better term, just tends to move real weird. He ends up moving real awkwardly. I know I pick on him a lot, but I want to see him do great things, and I think he's got the ability to do some great things. So once we get him to stop being so weird, he'll be better. Woo! Oh, that was awesome. Hopefully he tries it again. That was amazing. He nearly died on that. I haven't even saw that. He's trying it again. Sitting back a little bit more. Form was way better on that one. He smoked it. That guy's either going to nail it with explosive speed or he's just going to die. Here's T-Bear. Look how far back he sits. He just sits way back. I don't know how the hell he does that. Kind of amazing. It's a weird camera angle there to finish it off. And that is it from supertraining.tv.